Welcome, beautiful friends, family, loved ones, those of you who have been hanging out with, learning from, teaching, accompanying this beautiful man, Michael, in this lifetime. We're so grateful to be with you, and it is such an unbelievable privilege and joy to be able to invite all of you from wherever you are in the world to be part of this gathering. So
correction, so
you're
money starts coming back in. But I think more importantly,
You're muted, Sarah. We can't hear you.
Thank you. We're navigating two different devices over here, and like any good relationship, it takes some negotiation. So welcome. Please keep yourselves muted so that we don't have a lot of background noise and distractions. This is being recorded, so it'll be available later. I am very grateful and honored to have been accompanying Michael as his partner and beloved for almost 5 years now. And he is an unbelievable blessing and grace and wisdom body in my life, with so much integrity and love and kindness. And so I am honored and privileged to be able to host this meeting and invite all of you to offer your love and stories and memories and blessings for Michael's next adventure that none of us get to know about entirely, but all of us get to have great optimism and faith in. So throughout this meeting, I will be managing the Zoom to the extent of my ability and letting people into the waiting room and inviting people to speak when it's their turn to speak. As soon as we get this started, well, we're already started, but as soon as we open it up for sharings, I have a few people that have told me ahead of time they would like an opportunity to speak. And so we'll be inviting those people first to share something. And then if you would like to be added to the queue for people who would like to speak directly on this meeting, you're welcome to either raise your physical hand and I will try to keep an eye and put you on a list, or there is a raise hand function on your Zoom that will move you on my view to the top of the queue so I can call on you and keep track of who's sharing. Again, I've encouraged everyone to please consider carefully what is most important to share so that you can limit your sharing to approximately 1 minute per person. I will keep track of time, not because I want to be rude or cut you off, but because we want to make space for as many people to share as possible. I will have a timer that will have a little countdown, and please make sure that my video is visible in your awareness so that I can wave my timer in front of my camera to let you know. I hope not to interrupt you in your sharing, but I do want to manage our time very well together. Our last 5 or 10 minutes of this meeting will be an opportunity, 5 minutes, Michael says 5 minutes, will be an opportunity for Michael to share with us anything that is feeling most important, powerfully present in his loving heart for all of us. So you can anticipate that. This will be recorded, so you'll be able to access it later if there's anything that you need to miss or if you need to leave early. Let's see, a couple other things. Nope, I think that's it. Anything else you'd like to say before we open it up for people?
Simply that if there's not time for all of us to share, I will still be on Facebook and greatly appreciate your messages. Everyone is precious. So if there isn't time to share here, know at least there will be that opportunity.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you so much for being here. It is a great joy to see this small sample of the love that Michael has invoked and continues to cultivate in this world. So first, I would love to invite, if I haven't seen if she's with us, is Claire Schwartz with us today? Claire Schwartz, would you like to jump in here and get our sharing started? And then after Claire, we'll go to Stephen Beardsley, please.
It's wonderful to see so many loved and beloved faces. Wasn't prepared to start with me, but I did write something, so I didn't go rambling off. My dearest Michael, I come to celebrate you. I owe you more gratitude than eons could possibly express. You were there for me at a time of desperate confusion, guiding and supporting me, and never making me feel less than. Everyone I help has your echo in it. The number of people who you have touched and taught and inspired and moved ripples out into the universe that just can't be calculated. Your courage and heart as you've grappled with this health decline leaves us in awe. Again, a man who reads Ulysses for fun, rattles off Monty Python over breakfast, and leaves much more than Finnegan in his wake. You are simply and entirely unique. A wise one once said, "Greater than the death of flesh is the death of hope." And through all that you have experienced, you have never lost hope. And the legacy that you have built will shine as a beacon for all of us and for me. I love you. I thank you. And I wish you all the peace that you so deeply deserve. And sending all my love to your family now and always.
Thank you. We'll go to Stephen Beardsley, and then we'll see if Howard Landman is with us.
Thank you. I had the privilege of knowing Mike in high school and in college, where he also met my now wife, Sarah, who, even if she doesn't have a chance to speak her words, is with us to offer you her love and support. It won't come as a surprise to anyone that Michael in college organized a meditation group. He also filed a Freedom of Information request with the government to see what was written about him, which resulted in this surprising discovery that the FBI was aware of his meditation group, even if most of the campus at Hampshire seemed to be oblivious to it. I share the story because I think the idea that the search for self-awareness and calm could be thought of as a radical or subversive idea seems appropriate to remember Michael with. And I'm sure, given other circumstances, he could teach us on it with no preparation at all. Thank you, Michael. You are an important person in my life. I'm a better person for having known you. And your memories, my memories of us, are treasures that will be a blessing to me forever. Thank you. I only wish I could offer more than my sincere hope from the bottom of my heart that in the now and the to come, you find peace.
Oh, thank you. I hope you all brought tissues for this. You knew it was coming, right? We have more than a box over here. If you need some, you can come get them. All right. I don't see Howard on the Zoom. Howard, are you with us? Maybe by a different name?
I don't know if Carol is here.
No?
He's
Okay.
Carol's husband.
Okay. We'll come back. We'll keep Howard on the list. Let's see if Jenny Hansel is ready to share with us. Jenny, and then we'll go to Deirdre next. Jenny?
I am here, thank you. I timed this to be 60 seconds. I've been sitting with memories of 10th grade, 15 years old when you and I first became friends. Our friendship might have solidified while hanging around Linda Anderson's homeroom, or maybe in the poetry class we took with Chuck Webster, where we read E. E. Cummings and the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock. I think one thing we had in common in those days, and I'm not going to mention the campaigning we did for John Anderson, that's a little embarrassing, but one thing we had in common was willingness to ignore labels like pretentious and just dive into love of poetry and literature. Of course, you know, Michael, and we've talked about it recently, that I was hopelessly in love with you in those days. I can picture you so clearly and still see that lovely, funny, thoughtful boy in you today. Here's a tiny excerpt of Prufrock. I wish I could read the whole thing, but this piece particularly hit hard when I was thinking about today, and I'll try not to cry. There will be time to prepare a face to meet the faces that you meet. There will be time to murder and create, and time for all the works and days of hands that lift and drop a question on your plate. Time for you and time for me, and time yet for 100 indecisions and for 100 visions and revisions before the taking of a toast and tea.
I know you couldn't hear that, but Michael was reciting it with you. It's so beautiful from over here. Oh, thank you. Let's go to Deirdre and then Andrea, please.
After round and round with the words, I decided instead for a song. Also, before I start, I spent some time putting together your yoga playlist on YouTube, which I will share the link both here and perhaps on your Facebook page, so we can all enjoy your eclectic tastes in music. For you, there'll be no more crying. For you, the sun will be shining. And we feel that when you're with you, it's all right. We know it's right. And the songbirds keep singing like they know the score. And we love you, we love you, we love you like never before. And we wish you all the love in the world. But most of all, we wish it from ourselves. Love you so much, dear friend.
Oh my gosh, Deirdre, you got everyone singing along with you and crying even more. So good. We'll go to Andrea next and then Marla, please.
Michael, I'm here with Pablo from River Rock Co-Housing, where you taught yoga for many years and just built a wonderful community. And we thank you for that. And you've been one of our greatest teachers. I remember that as your pain grew and you had to give up teaching yoga, at one point you said to me that one of the most painful things for you was to have to stop teaching. And I wanted to share how you have continued to teach us through your example and through your writing and even your fun memes. Because not only were you a teacher of yoga, but you have taught us how to live and how to die with grace and kindness.
I love you, Michael. Thank you for so many great memories. I deeply love you, Michael. Thank you.
And we just want to send a hug to you and to Sarah and to all your family and to all your friends. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. We'll go to Marla and then Marilee, please.
Hello, dearest Michael. I wrote some things down so I wouldn't babble. Some of my favorite memories of you were in your classes at Roper when you were my teacher. You sitting on the floor, always in a yoga position, teaching us. How blessed I was to have you, to have such an amazing teacher. If it hadn't been for your composition class, I probably would not have honed my skills as a writer and earned a much-needed scholarship to college and an essay contest. Later in life, I would go on to be able to offer my clients copywriting services while doing important work for many charities and nonprofits. I'm not only fortunate enough to have had you as a teacher, but to have you as a friend. Through this incredibly difficult and painful journey you've been on, you've been the epitome of strength, grace, and always love. When I think of you, Michael, and I will often, I will celebrate you and your amazing life. You will always be loved and cherished, my dear friend.
Thank you, Marla. We'll go to Marilee and then listen carefully, then Mo White. There are a couple different Mo's on the list. Marilee and then Mo White, please.
Hi, Michael. First, I most want to thank you for giving us this opportunity to share directly with you what you mean to us, what is alive in our hearts at this time of transition. Always the teacher and the sage that you are. You're a gift to and a blessing to me in the world. I had a 2-minute thing written out, thought I could get away with it, but with Sarah on duty, I know I've got to keep it to 1. So I'll just zip through things. I had a couple of memories. I won't go into them, but the biggest one that I remember is at the Fort Collins Food Co-op when you were deli guy. And even though you were not eating the things that you prepared for others, you would make the food for everyone, and then you'd spit it out. You'd taste it and then spit it out because you were so dedicated to the work you did and wanted to love and serve others as you do and are. And I just thought that was an incredibly thoughtful and giving gesture. And another way that you significantly impacted my life is our raw foods work and starting the raw foods for Collins Raw Foods Group. It was a wonderful time of my life, contributing to others' health. You were an amazing example there, and others' well-being, and connecting with you in that way was something I will remember and treasure forever. Thank you for being a shining light and a shining example on our planet. You are so special. Words cannot possibly convey. I love you. Blessings. Blessings to you on your journey.
Oh, thank you, Marilee. We'll go to Mo White and then Derek, please.
Hi. Oh, Michael, thank you so much for this opportunity. And we've been friends just on Zoom for some years. But I'm so grateful to offer my blessings to you and to, more importantly, thank you for all the blessings you've given me, particularly when I shared my grief for my beloved son. And you totally got that no how many years or decades had passed, missing the embodiment of those we love is something that stays with us. So I want to thank you for that. I always felt uplifted that you were holding me and my family in your prayers. That made me feel so stable, so secure, and so held. And so, my Anam Cara, let's continue to hold each other and our families in our prayers. I hope that my beloved Jesse is one of the beloveds who meets you and greets you upon your transition. I love you.
Thank you, Mo.
Hola, my brother.
Hold on just a second, Derek. We're
me.
almost ready for you, but I want to warn people first that I pinned Michael's video because I saw Deirdre's message in the chat window. And I believe that you can still go back to the gallery view if you prefer to see everyone else. But I wanted y'all to be able to see Michael nonstop because it's the most precious thing ever. That's why. So we'll go to Derek next and then Kyra, please.
Michael, my brother, so good to see you. So good to see you. I also jotted things down because I'm notoriously long-winded. But there's so many things that inspire me about your life. The way that you lived your everyday life from the time that I met you, we first moved to Fort Collins co-op, and yes, the food spitting out commitment, but this discipline to your spiritual practice, your fitness, it's like mind, body, and soul. You've inspired me to like tug on some threads of paths, things that I want to check out on my own. But I kind of look at, you're the guy who first introduced me to kettlebell. I was like, kettlebell, sandbags. But I just admired you, seeing you walking the walk every single day. And what I felt from you, with you, was this kinship that I just saw, that your beautiful mind, you're so articulate, you're witty, you're discerning with your thought, you're humble, and can explain things to people in like street level. Just, it's really amazing. Probably one of the few people that is more well-read than me, and your knowledge of books and movies is always like, wow, how is he storing all this in there? Another huge piece is I feel like every time that I saw you interacting with another human being, this was open-hearted, like serving, like this very, everybody got treated with kindness and equanimity. A smile was very heartfelt and gentle, like in this beautiful, like gentle strength. That I struggle with being gentle. I look to you of just being able to carry that, and be present with people, like sit and just be present with them. That is so rare. And I love you. I so appreciate you in my life. I look at this community, and I know that there's a lot of other people who maybe couldn't be here. This community is a reflection of you, Michael. Sarah sitting next to you is a reflection of you, Michael. You're a great man. We're going to miss you. I love you.
I know, right? All right, thank you, Derek. We'll go to Kyra and then Karen, Caryn. Karen, I didn't make a note of your last name, but you know who you are. Kyra and then Karen, please.
Hi, Michael. I just want to say thank you for being able to receive your radiance through your smile and through your singing at Noon Zooms. I've really enjoyed it. And I just I'm going to offer you a prayer. It's called actually A Call to Prayer by Zola Dubnikova. So with my love to you, here and now before earth and sky we stand. We feel the blessing of your infinite love in our bones, in our blood, in our breath, and in our hearts. We open our eyes to see beyond what we've seen before, and we open our ears to hear what we could not hear before, beyond limitations, beyond the beyond. We feel a new story emerging from our cells and rippling out to our lucid bodies as waves of love remind us who we really are, dissolve us into what we were always meant to be, and the layers between us and who we are meant to be fade away. And suddenly we realize we are all we dreamed we could be, to see without eyes, to walk without feet, and to fly without wings. This is my prayer for you. Big love. Thank you.
Thank you, Kyra. It's Karen Alexander. I saw the last name. We'll go to Karen and then Rich, please.
Hi, Michael. I love you, and you will always have a special place in my heart.
Oh my gosh, was that it, Karen? I barely got you spotlighted.
That was all I wanted to say.
Awesome. I love it. Okay, we'll go to Rich and then John, please.
Hi, Michael. This is Rich Bellows. You're a friend. You're a friend from Magnolia Yoga. And before, I wanted to say you've enriched and deepened my life in too many ways to list here. So let me say simply, thank you, Michael. My wife, Michelle, has grown close to you also through Facebook. And we joined together in holding you in the light today and for the rest of your time with us. I love you, Michael. Peace be with you, my friend.
Oh, thank you, Rich. Go to John next, and then Gareth, please.
Hi. I did a unmute just before I began. There's always that you're ready, you're prepared, and you don't unmute. But Michael, we've known each other for so many years. Like Jenny, we go back to high school, and to me, you represented a way of thinking about the world, thinking about the world of ideas that has been so important to my life and so enriched it. I can't really think about, it's a starting point, and of course, one's life branches out in many ways, but you're there very strongly at the beginning of so much. I wanted to read a bit from Whitman, something we've talked about, so I will do this now. This is from Song of Myself. I wish I could translate the hints about the dead young men and women, and the hints about the old men and mothers, and offspring taken too soon out of their laps. What do you think has become of the young and old men? And what do you think has become of the women and children? They are alive and well somewhere. The smallest sprout shows that there is really no death. And if ever there was, it led forward life, and does not wait at the end to arrest it, and cease the moment life appears. All goes onward and outward, and nothing collapses. And to die is different from what anyone supposed, and luckier. Has anyone supposed it lucky to be born? I hasten to inform him or her it is just as lucky to die, and I know it. That's very much in my thoughts at this moment, and love you very much.
Oh my gosh, John, thank you. Oh, we'll go to Gareth next, and then Talia, please.
Hello, Michael. It's good to see you. And hello, everyone else. I had the privilege of learning with Michael when I was a student at Roper School from 10th to 12th grade. And Michael patiently listened to me talk and read for 3 years. And fortunately for me, very occasionally got a word in edgewise. And thank you for those words in edgewise, because you taught me to be a human being. I think I'm not exaggerating when I say that. And You inspired me to be an educator. And although I don't think I fully appreciated it until later, you taught me, you were the first to teach me about Buddhism. And I later on learned more, and now I teach Buddhism. And I've taught hundreds of students, and anything that they have learned is really the effect of your teaching with me a long time ago. Whereas all mistakes, of course, as they say, are my own. So thank you very much, Michael. Good luck on your journey. And I will miss you.
Oh, thank you, Gareth. We'll go to Talia next, and then I just saw Howard pop into the Zoom. So Talia and then Howard, please.
Hi, Michael, and hi, everybody else. I'm sorry, I'm feeling a little disorganized in this, but I just want to say thank you, Michael. You have changed so much for me and guided me in so many ways. You know, when I first met you, I thought yoga was about getting a tight butt and strong arms, and quickly realized it was very much more than that. And really guided me. And I'm a social worker, and I feel like I got the degree, but you really taught me how to put compassion into action and really serve people, and learn how to be patient and understanding. And I attribute that to you and the yoga teacher training that you guided me and changed my life. And Michael was with me on my wedding day. I could not get married without Michael leading me through meditation prior to walking down the aisle. And you've just been such a big part of my life. And I just thank you so much. I love you.
Well, thank you, Talia. We'll go to Howard and then Saja, please. Howard, are you with us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, great.
Okay. You know, I could talk about how Michael affected me, but I think he affected Carol more. And she's in Asia right now and sent a message, which I hope you read. So I just want to talk about the first day I met you. And I walked into the yoga class at River Rock, and I saw this very fit guy with a bunch of tattoos. And I saw the one, I think maybe it's on your right deltoid, that said Sabaki. And for those of you who don't know, this is a Japanese word. It literally means something like disposal or disposing or getting rid of, but I learned it in a martial arts context. And in that context, it means that you deal with one issue and then you let go and you deal with the next issue. And then you let go of that one and you deal with the next one, right? It's when you go and throw out the garbage, you don't follow it into the can. You know, you're done with it. And seeing that, then I knew that Michael was somebody who understood that concept and that it was so important to him that he had it tattooed on his body. And so right away, I felt like we were kindred spirits on some level. And that I think Rumi has a saying that true seekers know each other instantly, like horses, as if by smell. And so I just wanted to remind you that I recognized you in that moment, and I felt recognized by you in that moment. And so I feel that we were old friends who had just met. And it's been really a privilege to be part of your Facebook community for all these years, and astonished by how many things you were reading and saddened by how many things you were going through. And it just felt real. The whole thing was real, you know, and I tried to be as real in it as I could, with occasionally some splashes of humor, because I cannot resist a bad pun. So, and I think anyone on the spiritual path has to have a sense of humor, because you're constantly finding your own limitations and going, oh shoot, I thought I fixed that 5 years ago. And starting over and relearning the lesson until you get it. So, and it doesn't help to get mad about that at all. It helps, you know, it helps to be able to laugh it off a little bit. So I'm going to be really sorry to see you go, but I don't think you should stick around just for me. I'm not that selfish. I don't know if you know, there was another person at River Rock who did MAID just like a month ago.
Okay, Howard, excuse me, Howard.
Is that my minute?
We need to, it was at 3.5 minutes.
All right, I'm done.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so.
First person I had to cut off. Sorry about that, Howard. We love you. We wish we could hear everybody as long as everybody would like to speak. Let's go to Saja next, and then Ray, please.
Well, well, well. And hello, Michael. Greetings and salutations from this and other dimensions. As you go along your journey, Bismillah, Rahman Rahim, Namein Badi Hum, you're going to be retiring and relaxing for a while. Congratulations, because of the examples that you've been given. And so allow that to happen. Then we all gather here to thank you because of these, where you're headed. It's just going to be great. Where you have come from and what you've given as an example to humans on this life force. We thank you for that, because light beings are important here. We have a lot of new souls that need to know that things just need to be. Let it go. So I'm going to send you off with some Woodford Reserve as a Southerner. Oh. Cheers, honey child. And my song, 30 seconds of One Step Away. You're one step away from everything that's great, and the colors that surround you turn the gray skies blue. You're one step from
Hey, Saja, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Saja, but will you please put your original sound on so we can actually hear you?
You got it.
And then you get a bonus 30 seconds because the original sound was blinking you out.
Sorry, I'm a musician, so I'm extra needy.
Go for
it. Is that better? Can you hear this? Awesome. Just one step away. You're only one step away from everything that's great, and the colors that surround you will turn the gray skies blue. You're only one step away from everything that's great. Now your cup runneth over. You're only one step away. Blessed journey, love and light, friend. Thank you for everything. And cheers, honey.
Oh my gosh. All right, that's a wrap. We're not going to hear from anyone else because that has to be the note we go out on. Actually, Saja, if you hang out, I might actually invite you to come back and wrap us up with that one. Ray, next.
It's all good.
Yeah, Ray, and then Sarah Beardsley, please.
Thank you. And Michael, I love you so much. And I want to thank you so much for being my high school friend, and most especially for being my grown-up friend. It's very special to have that arc with each other and that history with each other. And I enjoyed your friendship in high school, but boy, the friendship we found as adults is
such a treasure, and I thank you most especially for our grown-up friendship, which has just been a source of great power and insight and love. I wanted, since we've had very penetrating philosophical examinations together over these last few years, for which I'm so grateful, because our values, even though our paths and our styles are very different, turn out to be so tightly knit in so many ways. I wanted to share something just a little bit sillier that turns out to actually not be all that silly. Friends from high school may recall that we had a little routine that we nicknamed the three-handed guitar. And this developed when you were playing an Emerson, Lake and Palmer song on your guitar that involved strumming and slapping the guitar like percussion. And I think it probably evolved at a party where I came up next to you while you were playing this lyrical thing, and mischief maker that I was, I started slapping your guitar right along with you. And you rolled with it, and we turned this into a fun and funny comic bit that people started asking for at parties, and it culminated in our doing it at the senior variety show in senior year. 22 seconds. Why did you do this to nobody else? I take this personally. So what was,
because I'm looking at the number of people we have left and the 15 minutes we have. That's why.
So Michael, I want other people as Howard to understand that you are extremely funny. I don't know how many people got to appreciate your brilliant comic timing, which was razor sharp as we developed this thing. But the character that you evolved as we did it was very much of a deeper sort than just a comic bit, because you played a character I've come to know of philosophical grace. Because here I was coming in like Harpo Marx, and you made space for my goofy character to do this syncopated rhythm right along with you. And that is who you stayed in the world. You suffer fools gladly, and you make space for people to live with you, even if they're a royal pain, as my Harpo-ish character was. Thank you for showing that to me. It is unnecessary, because that is the point I wanted to make. And thank you for being that funny, philosophical, loving character. I will miss you so much. Please add my love to the love of everyone in this room and carry it with you where you go.
Thank you, Ray. And I am sorry about that. We'll go to Sarah Beardsley and then Karen, please.
So I am Stephen's other half, and we had a small group of friends, and very, very close group. And I remember, Michael, you being so funny, so funny. We all, Stephen actually would make a role-playing group. We'd meet off and on during college when we had a little bit of downtime in between our work. And Michael decided to I had to tell this funny story because Michael is hilarious. And you made up this character by name of Kraj. And I will never forget it. It was like, and you took us on these other adventures that we had never even anticipated, which is so fun. But I will cherish all the time that we were together. And I am, excuse me, I am really amazed at your strength. And I wish you peace. More than anything, I wish you peace. And your family peace as well. So love you, Michael.
Oh, thank you, Sarah. We'll go to Karen and then Inanna, please.
Is it Karen Dobrinsky? Okay, good. Michael, the road goes ever on and down from that door, which when it began, our door was Doors of Borders. And I'll never forget meeting you and working with you. From that day, I mean, since the very early days of Borders, we had so much fun. And we've shared so many chapters. And so many different chapters, so many different books. And yes, I'm going to use that kind of allegory because it just makes so much sense for both of us. And Jay even said, he goes, you know what I think about Michael? He said, it's when I would come into Borders and he would just greet me with this warm smile, the biggest smile in the world. And you were always so glad. So I want to send love to you as I always do. And I'm always going to think of you. And I'm wishing that just one more chapter, but you will have infinite chapters. And Max and Ari have learned to love you. And Jay and I have always loved you. And we always will. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, Karen. We'll go to Inanna and then another Mo, Marianne, please.
You're muted.
Inanna, you're muted.
Here we go. I am so sad that I never ever got to meet you in person, but I feel as though through the screen and over these last 4 years that I've really come to know you, and listening to all these beautiful tributes and all the friends and the fun and the joy that you've had in your life. There's a line from Rumi that says, I learned that every mortal will taste death, but only some will taste life. And I feel like you've been out there tasting life and then offering us all pieces of it. And I thank you so much for the joy and the love that you continue to give through your pain and through your heartache. But, you know, you're on the eve of the wedding with the beloved, and I wish you a safe and quiet passage. And someday I will get to meet you face to face. My love to you.
Thank you, Inanna. We'll go to Mo, Marianne, and then Emily, please.
Hi, Michael. It's been such a blessing to reconnect with you on Facebook so many, many years after high school. I'm going to tell a little story about you from high school, very short, that you, I'm sure, don't remember. But I was on the volleyball team, and I'm pretty sure we lost every single game that we ever played. But you came and cheered us on anyway. And you happened to sit next to my dad. And my dad, using some very colorful language, I'm guessing, was bemoaning the fact that we were losing again. And you turned to my dad and you said something like, we want to win. We just don't want the other team to lose. And I thought, that is Michael. That is Michael's big, bright, generous spirit. And I remember that story. I love you for that. I love you for having supported us and for our friendship back in high school. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the messages that you send every day, reminding us to be kind and love each other. I love you, Michael.
Thank you, Mo. We'll go to Emily and then Eric Snyder, please.
Hi, Mikey. Damn it. I know I've sent you a lot of messages just saying, damn it, Mikey, because that's pretty much how I feel right now. You were part of some of the best memories of my life. My time at Hampshire, which was wonderful for me. And I just remember that you were incredibly kind and gentle, and you were awesome then, and you're awesome now. The kind and gentle has only gotten more so, as far as I can tell. I haven't seen you in person in many years, but I always thought the world of you, and I have always had great respect for you as well. I posted a track for you recently, some jazz piano, and the track I sent you was called "There's a Small Hotel." I love it because it summons up a place of absolute peace and beauty and serenity. And that's where I hope you will go. And I hope you will get all the peace and joy and beauty that you have ever wanted. Okay, I'm done.
Hey, Michael, I knew you were at
Sorry.
Roper. Oh,
All right, hold on just a second. Eric, thank you, Emily. We're going to go to Eric next, and then Marissa, please.
thanks for running this so smoothly, Sarah. Hey, Michael, I knew who you were at Roper, but it's totally possible we may never have spoken a word to each other. But I'm so glad that we became friends on Facebook. I've always admired your positivity and optimism. Your honesty about your struggles has been inspiring. It's been nice to get to know you better and see how much your friends love and support you, and how much you love and support us. I'll miss your motivational boosts and sharing, but I won't forget them. Thanks for sharing yourself with us so openly.
Oh, thank you, Eric. We'll go to Marissa next, and then Maria H., please.
Michael, there's so much to say and nothing at all. I love you so much. I am so profoundly grateful for you in my life. It's true that true seekers know each other. Sometimes I think that maybe I took you for granted and I didn't access you as much as what I could have, but you've always been in my heart. And every day I pray to you. I pray that you continue to fill every aspect of what I do. And you come into my teaching all the time. I lead dozen and sometimes more classes a week, and with little bees, little beautiful creatures that are so amazing, that walk among us, that are full of so much wisdom. And I share them with everybody I meet, and I share you with them, and they know you, and your impact is huge. It's phenomenal. And I don't know if I've ever shared that with you, but every time I sit, I think of how you have been a lantern for me in this life, and you are the wish-fulfilling jewel that has guided so many of us to know who we truly are. And that is just truly astounding. When I think of you and all that you embody, I say, wow. And thank you. Thank you for showing me who I am through you. I appreciate you and love you so much, and wish you nothing but all of the gloriousness that you deserve on your journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Marissa. Hold on just a moment. Maria, you're next, but give us just a moment here. Okay, we'll go to Maria and then Cheryl, please. And really, 1 minute or less, because Michael's tapped out and he needs to say a few things to us before he crashes. Okay, Maria.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to connect here. And I would like to echo so much of what other people have said, but I can't. But thank you. You were one of my first yoga teachers, and that has made an impact on me. And you're with me in every class that I teach, whether it's yoga or art. You've made me a better teacher, a better artist, a better seeker. I am amazed and astounded at the community that you've built. And you've linked me and reminded me of my link to the wisdom of the ages through books, through talking to others, through community. Even this morning, Andrea and we went paddleboarding in your honor. And I want to thank you for that. I love you. Love you.
Thank you, Maria. We'll go to Cheryl and then Patrick, please.
Hey, locker partner. The love that you have so generously sown, now do you reap, my friend? It is beautiful to bear witness to all of the love going in both directions here. From so many of us to you and back and forth again and again. When my kids were of the age when I would kiss them on the forehead and they would wipe it off, I always told them, you can wipe off the kiss, but the love is permanent. The love is permanent. Our bodies may come and go, but the love stays. The love continues. On such beautiful wings of love do we send you into the peace that awaits you, my dear friend. Much love.
Thank you, Cheryl. Excellent example. We'll go to Patrick next and then Tracy, please.
Hi. Yes, thank you for putting this all together. When I read the news the other day on Facebook of what the plans ahead were, I right after that had a Zoom meeting at work, and my friends at work were pretty quick, like, "Hey, what's wrong, man? What's going on?" So I told them a little bit about it, and they were like, "Well, tell us about your friend Mike." And so I thought about it for a minute, and I said, if my friend Michael was a country, this would be the Michelandia Constitution. Everyone belongs, everyone fits in, everyone feels loved and seen. Kindness is the currency, peace is the flag, all is forgiven. Dark humor is welcome, but love and light leads the way. Love you, home slice. Onward, homie.
Okay, never mind. That's going to be our last one. I'm just kidding. Thank you, Patrick. We'll go to Tracy and then Laura, please. Laura Bistak, please.
Thank you so much, Michael. I always called you my dear brother. We've met virtually, but I always felt like you were right by me. Thank you for showing us how to live a yogic life off of the mat. You practice sadhana. You practice daily, continuously learn, teaching us that even though you may be a guide, you are also a seeker. That just was all, and it's okay to be human. It's okay to be funny. So thank you for all of the beautiful things that you have given each of us. Thank you for your selflessness. Thank you for walking the path of ahimsa every day. I love you. I thank you so much for all of the wisdom you've given me and helped me on my yogic path as a teacher as well. I also just embody and follow your lead. So thank you for being that for us. That being said, I just want to say as we end here, may your mind be equanimous. May nature hold you and may enlightenment grace you, my friend. I love you and thank you for everything. Namaste.
Oh, thank you, Tracy. We'll go to Laura and then Donna Holmes, please.
Yes, Michael, I mean, I knew you in high school. You were my teacher. Never read so much Dostoevsky. But our friendship as we came back into each other's lives has been so special to me. You've been so supportive to me. We've been able to commiserate back and forth. I love you. I wish you peace, and I am happy for you. I know that you will be out of the agony that you're in, and I am happy for that. I love you, my friend.
Yeah. Okay, friends. A couple more. We're wrapping up home stretch here. We'll go to Don. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Donna, and then Kevin, please.
Michael, I just wanted to say thank you so much. It has been a special thing to know you for what feels like my entire life. And we are so lucky to have you with us. And I've been thinking a lot about what a friend said to me recently, that you can't know, you don't get to decide whether or not you've made a difference in people's lives. So I'm so glad that you get this opportunity to know how much we love you. So, in the immortal words of Robert De Niro, in the finest buddy comedy of the 20th century, Midnight Run, I'll see you in the next life.
Oh, thank you, Kevin. And then Ben with a beard now.
Well, Mike, from the time I met you, I was just a 10th grader at Roper, and you're my English teacher, Western Lit, and we absolutely exasperated you, and as 10th graders are wont to do. And there was the one time that you just stepped out of the room when we were just absolutely too much. And after a minute or two, we realized not only you stepped out of the room, but you had left. And two things happened, is that one, the class came together and we started doing the work that you had wanted us to do, even though you weren't present. And you came back the next day without judgment and without a word of admonition, and just simply did what you've been doing apparently for the last 36 years, is loving deeply, listening deeply, and reminding people constantly through your example that they are valuable. You exemplify that, and you remind people of who they are and what they're worth. And I hope that this last hour has done the same for you. Much love to you.
Thank you, Kevin. Ben, I can't pin you because your camera isn't on, but we'll still hear you if you start speaking.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm not sure what's wrong with it. Mike, I really wanted to thank you for the silly from over the years. I really needed that to get through the day, to get through, those years of school. And one memory I have that I'm especially fond of is that time that you showed us Listomania, which is this Ken Burns film that's probably rated about Q. I don't know. They don't make letters. It's an epsilon. They rated it that. And so Mike got us these little suction cup dart guns, and every time the film got so obnoxious that you just we're going to start to scream, we just shot the little darts at the television screen over and over again. And the image that stays in my mind is of what's his name, Daltrey, Roger Daltrey, whatever his name is. He had this big heart stuck on the seat of his pants, and he's like halfway mooning the camera with it. And then at this point, Mike hits, pause, and we just sit there for about 5 minutes. We just shoot Roger Daltrey's ass again and again. I needed that so much. Life was not going well for me at the time. I think I mentioned to you once that Dave Hartman was saying he would love to sit at your feet one more time.
Ben,
all right.
We need to wrap up.
All right. Somewhere it's always Michael Klein.
Yeah. Feel free to write Michael messages too. We have 2 more shares, and then Michael and I are going to take it. So first Aliella and then Alicia. Aliella, are you still with us? I hear you.
There's a little chant for you in honor to a beautiful soul and your light and the gift of all you brought here. Love here, only love here, only love here under big sky, and it always always was, and it always is, and it's never lost under big sky. Love here, only love here, only love here under big sky. And it always was, and it always is, and it's never lost under big sky. Lots of love and blessings on your journey. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Aliella. Alicia, you get the last word, of course.
Hi, Michael. We just wanted to tell you that we love Siri and Heidi, and they remind us of your compassion and guidance whenever we have them. We just wanted to say that we all love you.
And Michael, we're both groupies of the Weatherman, who's actually Norton Jester, but I'm your biggest groupie, and you mean everything to me, and I love you.
Oh, I have two commitments I need to fulfill before we hear from Michael. Two messages that were sent ahead of time. I know I didn't tell you could do that. From Carol Seeger, who said, "Dear Michael, neither Margaret nor I can remember exactly when you started teaching at River Rock, but our best guess is 2005. For 14 years, you were my teacher twice a week on Friday and Sunday in the Common House. I learned so much from you about yoga and life. My practice with you got me through many challenging times as a parent, as my children grew from toddlers to adults. I still do the integral yoga sequence you taught us at many different times and many places around the world. I will think of you with great love every time I practice in the future. I can still hear you saying," everyone take out your pens, you need a note of this. "I can still hear you saying, 'The easy way is hard enough.' Please know you've changed my life for the better, and I'm grateful for it all. Love from Carol at River Rock." And also from Julie Weatherston. "As so many will agree, Michael is a bright light full of love, a deep love that invites people together and holds them there. There is no question that I will miss his gentle and often humorous reminders, his eclectic yoga music, or then there's a thing, his incredible and incredibly lengthy reading lists of an insomniac and impressive log of multiple languages he's learning, his living example of unwaveringly genuine interest in others, willingness to be vulnerable and honest no matter how messy things got, his carpe the stuffing out of each day attitude despite being lonely and in so much pain, his rabbits. Oh, I could go on and on. I hate that Michael has suffered so much. I hate that there's no cure for his medical condition. I'm sad and angry. Watch your language here. It is so fucking unfair, but I'm also holding on tightly in an unattached way to everything I've learned and continue to learn from Michael, his example of living life to its fullest, embracing the good, bad, and the ugly, leaves an everlasting impression on me. Michael is so loved by me and so many others. So much gratitude and strength to you and Michael's family." Okay, so we'll let Michael have the microphone for however long he wants to speak to us. And then I have a couple reminders and announcements about the next pieces of the journey. So thank you so much for your beautiful attention and loving hearts. Michael.
Oh, I love you all so much, and so touched, and feel so much heartfelt gratitude to all of you. I am so sorry to cut this short, but part of that is because I want to retain what capacity I have to tell you all how profoundly you have touched my life. I have had the most amazing life ever. in the last 12 years, I've had some adventures, and my doctors have commented often about how extensive those adventures have been. And I assure them the last 12 years are utterly eclipsed by the preceding 47. And you can see the richness and diversity of the amazing souls who have blessed my life and the amazing opportunities. And those of you who know each other know how lucky I am to know you. Those who don't know each other can see what a phenomenal group of people have just surrounded my whole life with teaching and care. And I am so grateful to all of you. And if I can ask you before, sorry, no, she's not going to do the 1 minute thing at me. She could. But before wrapping up, I just want to say 3 things. First off, I'm so profoundly grateful for the depth and variety and richness you all have brought to my life. It's been a great blessing, and there's no way I could thank you enough. The second thing is the fact that we're all here, that you're all here, is a sign not only of our connection, but of your care and of your sustenance and your sustaining of interconnection. And especially, especially with the last 12 years, with maybe a little less optimism and a little less cheer in my average daily Facebook post. So I thank you all very much for that. The third, I got to finish on my soapbox because it's what I get paid for. But many of you are familiar with the Buddhist and yogic concept of Pratitya-samutpada, which is interdependent co-origination. The idea that we're all fundamentally interdependent, that none of us can do this alone. I've been so blessed by family, by peers, by teachers, by students, by loved ones, by fellow lovers of literature, music, by one amazing partner, by amazing family on the Zoom, and by my much greater family. So I'm gonna finish with 2 quotes from one of my heroes, and it doesn't happen to be Shakespeare in this case. And I'm gonna finish by saying, "You are all breathtaking." And I'm gonna finish by paraphrasing and saying, "Be excellent to each other and be excellent to yourselves." Thank you for your love and your care. For those of you who can be here more solemnly on Sunday, would be honored to have you here. I know Sarah will mention that. Again, I'm sorry to cut the timing short. But our bodies are limited instruments. I knew this was going to happen sooner or later. I didn't think it would be quite this soon, but that's where averages come from. So love you all. Thank you so much for those of you who shared so beautifully. My apologies to those of you for whom I did not have the bandwidth to stick around for more. But please know every message is read and cherished. So if you didn't get a chance to share, please know would mean the world. And I'm now turning it over to my far better half.
We are each a complete whole, by the way. So a couple of reminders for you. You're welcome to email Michael. He is reading and cherishing every message he receives from you, every memory, every blessing, every expression of love. The specific things of ways that he's touched your lives mean so much to him. So please keep those coming. You can email him. You can post them on Facebook. You're also welcome to email things to me and I forward them to him. And we have 2 more things that we want you to know about coming up. This Sunday, that is day after tomorrow, at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, which is 11 p.m. UTC. If you need help calculating, please let me know. We'll be on the same Zoom link for 1 hour, and it is going to be only prayer, meditation, blessings. That there are several things that are, there will be a little bit of music, a little bit of songs, chanting, call and response, different languages, different blessings that are important for Michael for his soul's journey. So that will be 5 o'clock Mountain Time on the same Zoom link. It will not be a sharing opportunity for conversation. It won't be opened up like this for people to speak. It'll be really a contemplative, prayerful ceremony time. And then I think all of you are aware by now that Michael's actual death time has been scheduled. There may be some wiggle room in that. And of course, Michael is under his own volition and sovereignty. And so the decisions that he feels are right and good will be honored along the way in every moment. And currently it is scheduled for the most compassionate doctor to be here in Michael's home at 5 o'clock on Wednesday, June 12th. And we won't be holding anything online, but we really invite all of you to be in your own prayerful awareness, to be in meditation, light candles, offer all of the prayers and blessings that you can for Michael. Yes, 5 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. That is the time zone that we are in right now. There's probably about a 1 hour window between 5 and 6 p.m. that process will actually be taking place. So please send all of your prayers and all of your love, and also hold the vision of freedom and joy and peace and an absolute knowing that Michael's spirit is being welcomed back into the heart of the beloved, that Michael has great confidence and great faith. And so holding that awareness with that trust and that vision of wholeness and light and beauty. So thank you so much for being present in this moment and in every moment yet to come with great blessings. Thank you so much, friends.